Hi everybody, it's Jennifer and I'm back with another technique with coloring. Okay, so I created this card and I posted it on my social media and I got a lot of questions about how I created it and about what I used to color it. And I'm going to go through and do this for you today. I just think this is a really fun background. It has a lot of color and a lot of energy. I think it would be a great birthday card, and that's what I'm going to create today is a birthday card. But I just think this is really cute and fun. You could turn this any direction to present in any orientation. So you could do the portrait, which opens this way, or you could do landscape, which opens this way, and make it completely different. And I think today I am going to work in this direction. So I've got a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white daisy cardstock that I've cut for this. And I'm going to bring in our intense black ink. The intense black ink allows me to add other wet mediums over it so that it doesn't smear, blend, and just it works really well. It's a solvent-based pigment ink and it's acid-free, which so that that means you can use it in your scrapbook layouts. All right. So I'm going to grab the stamps that I want. This right here is what I'm using. These are the images, and I'm going to grab the chunky stamps and put them on my blocks. Get those ready to go. I love creating my own background. It's just something I've been doing for years, and close to my heart allows me to do that with awesome stamps. I used to buy stamps from all over, and I mean all over, and they were just so out of control. I'm just trying to get this to fit on my one by one block. But it was so out of control that I was buying stamps and not using them. Since I've been doing close to my heart, it's like my one-stop shop, and I love that. Okay, enough about that. Let's get to the technique. So I'm going to move this where you can't see it. Well, you can kind of see it, but because I really want to move this to where you can. So I'm going to start with the curvy, chunky stamp, and I'm just going to dip it in, twist it a little bit, and just make sure I've got that stamp inked up and you can see through to check. And then I'm going to start. So I always work in a triangular pattern in groups of 3s to 5s in odd numbers. It just is more pleasing to the eye. I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper because I do plan on going over the edge of my project. Okay, and you want to make sure that you turn your stamp. Now, some people turn their paper, and that's fine too. You do you. So there I've got 3, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's it for that one. And if you get ink somewhere, because it does splatter sometimes, just cover it with an arrow. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1. And see, I'm just working in that triangle pattern. And you can almost see where you need to put your stamped image. Now I'm going to grab that tiny little arrow. I think it's so cute. And I just want to use it to fill in. And the more you work with it, the more you can see where you need to add. Okay? I'm going to turn this way. Okay. I need to do something right there. So I'm going to use the tip and put it right there. All right. So now I'm going to go back. It's got, the stamp set has like squirrely, swirly, I don't know, squiggly, whatever, arrows. And I thought it would be cute to add some of those. I love this technique to fill in some of my white space. And I'm just going to use a few here and there. And I'm going to, oops, keep in mind that I'm working, that this card finished is going to be in the landscape position. I'm going to clean, I can't hold on to anything today. Clean that off and bring in another one. There's one with that says hi, and I think that's really cute. I'm going to bring that in too. What's the other one say? Oh, bye. The other one says bye. I don't think I want to put that. I think we're going to put hi. And again, I'm going to make sure that I'm working in a way that my stamp makes sense. Okay, I'm not going to go and stamp it upside down. I'll go sideways. I just think it's really cute to add the word hi in here all over. Hi. Alright, let's see. I know I want to do it. Well, no I don't. I think we're going to go. Oh, we're going to go here. The whole thing doesn't have to fit, like I said. You know, it can go off too. Okay. I'm going to call that done. Now, I'm going to color a few of them with you to give you a few tips, and then I'm going to put it in fast mode to finish coloring this background so that we can get on to building our card. So I've chosen to work with some bolder colors. Let me get them turned the right way so that you can read them. And I really love our Spectrum Noir Tri-blend markers. The Tri-blend markers are alcohol markers, and you get a light, a medium, and a dark in each marker. Ooh, I fixed my autofocus. There we go. These are the colors that I'm using today. All right. And I'm going to start with the dark red. I'm going to start with the dark. I start with the dark on all of them because on this stamp set, you can see where the shadows are in the stamped images. And I am just going to outline just up to my image edge. I'm not going over that stamped edge, and I'm not going on it because these do spread, and I don't want that color to spread beyond my image. And I'm just going to kind of fill it in a little bit where a shadow would be. Maybe it comes down a little bit further here to the tip. All right, so now I'm going to grab my light side of this marker. I'm not even using the medium. Let's see. I hope you can see me. And I'm going to do the same thing. Go up to that edge. Fill this in. Go into my dark to blend the two together. So now you can see that I have the light and the dark. But I'm going to show you a little trick with red. And you're going to see me do this with other colors. I'm going to grab the orange blend, and I'm going to grab the light end, and I'm going to go over my light on my arrow with this color. And I'm going to show you what that does. I'll just do part of it so that you can see the difference. See the difference how this is just brighter than this side? That's because I added that orange over it. Think of it as tones, okay? So orange is going to work with red in a way that is pleasing to the eye. And that's what I've done there. So let's go to a green one. I'm going to start again with the dark. I'm going to start in my shadow, going just inside my stamped image so that I don't spread that color beyond my image. All right. So now I'm going to go to the light. Same thing. Color in and go into that dark to blend those two colors together. So as you can see, I have the light and the dark. Now, if I grab this citrus blend and I use the light end, watch what happens to my green. I'm only going to do part of it. But you can see where I added that citrus blend and where I did not. See how it just makes that color more vibrant? Practice with your colors. Mix and match. Don't be afraid. You can't mess them up. If the color transfers to your nib on your marker, it's not going to transfer to your work. I'm going to get a blue one. And then I think I'm going to go in fast mode and we'll get this colored in. I'm going to do this little arrow right here. Now for the blue, I don't really add another color over it because I don't feel like I need to. There's such a contrast between the light and dark with this color. I'll show you. You could add a little bit of purple. What do I have here? I have the lavender. Let's see what happens if I add a little bit of light lavender to that. That's with the light lavender added. It doesn't look too bad. But I don't want it to look purple. I want it to look blue. So I'm going to go back over it with my blue to make it more blue. Okay, so let's go into fast mode and get this. Okay, now that we've got this all colored in, I'm going to go back and I have this Precise V5 rolling ball pen by Pilot. It's like a marker pen. It's a very extra fine point. And what I like to do is go back through, and maybe where my images didn't stamp real clear, I just go back in and fill that in until it's, whoops, uh-oh. You don't want to say whoops when you're doing this or cutting hair. But I'm just going to go in and fill in some of those that maybe like, oh, like this one could use a little fill in and things like that. And I'm going to speed this up to do that. And then we'll go on with building our card. Okay, now that I've got that done, and it just helps, like I said, to bring some of those to the top of your page. And like on the arrows, I only did parts of them just to make like one side really pop. Like you can really tell with this one here. I only added it to that side. So it's fun. Take your time with it. You know, if you mess it up, go back and do it again. You can always make it a little thicker. So now I'm going to bring in a scratch piece of paper. My autofocus does not like white, so I'm going to get you back here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. And something that I like to do is splatter. And I'm going to go with our black shimmer brush. I love our shimmer brushes, you guys. Love them. They come in all kinds of colors. We've got new colors. We even have a clear that you can mix with other colors of ink to do other kinds of things. And I'm going to be doing some techniques to show you. So get a piece of scratch paper because this is going to splatter. Now, I'm just going to grab that pen that I use because you need something. When you open these, you can hear it. When you open these, you pull. You don't unscrew. If you unscrew, you're going to remove that barrel that the ink flows down into, that brush cap. Okay, because you can see I have ink right there. When you take this off, there's a little pin in here that goes down into this little rubber seal that's right here inside of the white barrel. And when you take this off, the color will just come out because of what's in your cap barrel, okay? So you're just going to grab your shimmer brush. Now, when you splatter, believe it or not, there's a right way, and I don't know if I'd call it a wrong way, but if you want tiny splatters, then hold your brush up a little bit, okay? And I'm going to splatter, and you'll see, because I want them to go all over. So if I pick this up and show you, you can see that the splatters are really tiny, all right? So if you want a few bigger splatters, hold it down towards your work and splatter. Now, I'm going to hit my pen. I was hitting it the wrong way. And now, and you have a little bit of control as to where, but not a lot. So now you can see that I have some big splotches. Okay, so remember, hold it towards your work if you want bigger dots. Hold it up a little bit in the air if you want the smaller, just I don't know what to call it, barely there kind of thing. Okay, I am going to set that aside. I'm going to flip my mat over. I'm working on our Versamat, which has the grid, but it also has that stamping platform on the bottom. So now let's get our card built, okay? So I took a piece of the Blue Skies UV coated cardstock. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's just beautiful. And I thought that would be fun and cheerful. But what I did was I cut the center out because I'm not going to need it. And that frees up another piece, a good size piece that I can use for something else. I cut this to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 because I'm going to put this whole thing on top of a card base. So I'm going to use wet glue because this is UV coated cardstock and I want to make sure that my card does not come apart. I like to use wet glue on my cards because the last thing I want is for my card to come apart that someone gets from me, you know. I've had it happen. People have sent me cards made with tape runner and I get it and it's a part in the envelope. Another little tidbit, if you're going to send something that has embellishments on it, like gems or, you know, enamel dots or anything like that, sequins, put a little piece of Post-it over it in the card to protect it because our cards go through these machines at the post office. Wet glue also allows me a little bit of wiggle room so that I can make sure that I've got this straight, and that looks pretty good to me. And I'm just going to push it up here out of my way because I don't want to get any glue on my card. Look, isn't that pretty? Oh, this way. But isn't that red just really pretty on the edge of that card? Okay, so now we need to create our sentiment. So I took the Joyful Sunflowers Stampin' Thin Cuts, and it has a thin cut in it that creates this bracket. And I love that this is in there because I can use this with everything. So I decided to grab Celebrating You, which is still available on my website until the end of August, or the end of July. It might be till the end of August or while supplies last, but I know it's available right now. But it's just got all kinds of really cool ways to say happy birthday and some little background images, some stars, the little candles and the flames. I think those are so cute. But I decided to use this, and I used these two together to create that. And I like the way happy goes this way in red and birthday is this way in black. I couldn't get it to fit really well the way I wanted it to, so I just did it that way. So a little trick that I'm going to do. So I think if I put this on this card, it gets lost, don't you? So something that we can do is I'm going to take a scrap piece of that UV coated cardstock from the Blue Skies collection, and I'm going to add this to it. And I'm using wet glue again because of the UV coating. And it doesn't matter what direction you get that on there. All right. I'm going to add that to that. Make sure I've got it on there good. Excuse me. I'm going to grab our non-stick microtip scissors. I love these scissors. Cut this to a workable size. Set that aside. And now I'm just going to cut around it freehand. It's really easy to do with these scissors. There are a couple of pointers. When you do this, turn your work and not your scissors. These scissors cut super fine and really straight. And I love these scissors. I'm not kidding. I have, oh my gosh, who doesn't have a whole junk drawer full of scissors, right? I don't even use my other scissors. I do have an old pair of big Fiskars that I use to cut like paper off the roll because I use like brown paper bag or, you know, stuff like that, or wrapping paper. But these are my everyday scissors. And I have another pair that are not the non-stick, that are regular. And I use those for ribbon and embellishing threads fabrics. But they just cut so nice. Oh my gosh. I wish you could feel what I'm feeling. It's like I'm cutting through butter. Okay? And look how easy that was. But it's just going to help to make that pop. Isn't that cool? All right. So I know that I want to pop this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to grab, we've got 3D foam tape that I love. I absolutely love it. I got this package. This is the, the regular. It's the thin, but it's comes in two. You get a wider one and you get a skinnier one. And I just really love our thin 3D foam tape. It's my favorite thin 3D foam tape out on the market. I'm not kidding. You know I'm going to tell you the truth. I've got other brands of the thicker that I like. You know, we sell the thicker too. Oh, I don't know if this roll is even apart. It's not. So I'm going to take it from here. They're together. They are together. So I'm just going to take it from here. It comes with a starter strip. Take that off. It's sticky. I don't need it. And you can, I'm going to cut a piece, put it on the back. But look at this. You can also tear it. Isn't that cool? I probably tore it a little long. Nope, not quite. And then one more smaller piece for right here. But isn't that cool that you can tear that tape? I think it is because, man, sometimes you're really working and you don't want to have to stop and grab your scissors, right? Okay. So now I have to decide where I want to place it. I could go right in the middle, but I kind of tend to like things this way. So I'm going to go over here. If I go in the middle, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to pick it up and look at it just to make sure I get it straight. All right, so there's that. So another feature that I like to do, I'm going to show you, is we have the black and white enamel dots. So we sell clear sparkles, sequins. We sell all kinds of embellishments. But I have used an alcohol marker to color that one red because alcohol markers are permanent. So we can make dots any color we want. Isn't that cool? But for this, I want to use the black just because it'll mimic the splatters on the back. And I'm going to use a medium. Oops. A medium. I like to do things in thirds. A small. Whoops, that one just flew off. There it is. I had one fly off of my paper. And I'm going to put one here. If I can get a hold of it. Right? It always happens on film. And grab my tweezers. Oh. Now come on. This thing really just does not want me to use it. And I'm going to put that one there. Okay. Let's set these aside. And now we can stick this. I'm going to grab one of our card bases that come in our card base and envelope value packs. I think you got 50 card bases and 50 envelopes, you guys. And these are my favorite. I'm not just saying that. They stamp really well. They hold ink really well. They hold up really well. You can layer all kinds of things on them. Okay, so I'm going to use wet glue and just go around the edge. I don't put too much. This is art glitter glue. We sell all kinds of adhesives, but this is my go-to glue for paper. It doesn't curl my paper. I like Fabri-Tac too. But it doesn't warp my paper. And again, by using the wet glue, it just gives me that little bit of wiggle room to get things where I want them. and make sure that I am straight. Oh, I just love how this card is turning out. And then you can go in and decorate the inside any way that you want. Here's the other one that I made, the original one, to show you that each, it doesn't matter which orientation, it still looks pretty cool. And then I also made one that is just the background. Let me see, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? Here it is. I made this one so that I could cut it up and use it on a card. So this is just like pattern paper. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you'll give this a try. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment and I will comment back. And I thank you for being here. Have a good day. Bye.